They say the best stories aren't written, they're lived. Ours didn't begin with fireworks. No perfect sunset, no scripted lines. Just two souls, colliding in the chaos of an ordinary day. I didn't know then that the moment I looked into your eyes, the world around me would blur. That somehow, everything I thought I knew about love would begin to change. You weren't what I expected. You were better. You didn't arrive with grand gestures or promises. You came with quiet understanding and a gaze that made me forget every version of love that had ever let me down. You were calm in my storm, soft in my sharp edges, whole where I was broken. You made me laugh like I hadn't in years. The kind of laugh that echoes in your chest and makes you forget why you ever carried so much weight. And it wasn't just the good days that made me fall for you. It was the hard ones. The days when I felt like a mess, when life was loud and nothing made sense. You stayed, not to fix me, not to change me, just to hold space for me to be human. You listened, even when I had no words. You loved, even when I doubted myself. And I realized, real love isn't loud. It doesn't boast, it doesn't demand attention. It simply shows up day after day, in the smallest ways that mean the most. It's in the way you pull me close during storms, the way your hand fits perfectly in mine when I feel like falling apart, the way your silence says more than words ever could. Our story isn't perfect. We've had our missteps, our misunderstandings, our moments when we questioned everything. But love, real love, isn't about avoiding the hard chapters. It's about writing them together. It's about staying when every voice says, walk away. And you stayed, even when I pushed you away out of fear. Even when I didn't have the strength to hold on. You held on for both of us. And with time, I learned to trust, to open, to believe again. Because you showed me that love isn't just about butterflies, it's about building, growing, choosing, every single day. You taught me that love isn't just about how someone makes you feel, it's about how they make you become. And with you, I've become more honest, more patient, more alive. We've built a world in glances, in memories, in ordinary mornings that feel like magic. Coffee, laughter, long walks, movie nights, rainy days wrapped in blankets, silent prayers whispered in the dark, plans made under the stars. All of it, ours. And if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change a thing. Not the pain, not the mistakes. Because every step, every detour led me to you, and I'd walk it all again. Because when love found us, it didn't just give me a partner. It gave me peace. It gave me purpose. It gave me home. So here's to the love that finds you in your waiting, your doubting, your healing. To the kind of love that doesn't complete you but complements your soul. To the love that teaches, that grows, that endures. The kind that feels like poetry even on the hardest days. When love found us, it wasn't a moment. It was a lifetime unfolding, one heartbeat at a time. Time. It moves quickly when you're building a life with someone. One day you're laughing in the rain, dreaming of the future, and the next, you're standing side by side, making it real, brick by brick, prayer by prayer, promise by promise. We didn't always have much, but what we had was enough. Enough love to fill a small apartment with warmth. Enough hope to turn late-night talks into shared goals. Enough grace to survive the days when words fell short and silence felt heavy. There were mornings we woke up tired, unsure of what the day would bring. There were seasons when the world outside tried to shake what we were building. Bills, disappointments, lost opportunities, long days that tested our patience. But somehow, we always found our way back to each other. You never let life harden your heart, and I never let the storm steal our joy. Because deep down, we knew love wasn't just the feeling we started with. It was the foundation we were choosing every day. I remember the first time we held our child in our arms, how your eyes filled with tears as if you saw the future in that tiny heartbeat. I watched you become more than a partner. You became a protector, a nurturer, a guide, and I fell in love with you all over again in a deeper, quieter way. We traded sleepless nights for lullabies, exhaustion for purpose, and suddenly our love wasn't just ours. It became legacy, passed down in bedtime stories, in gentle corrections, in family dinners, and morning routines. But love wasn't always light. There were losses we never expected, goodbyes we had no words for, days when our smiles were forced and faith felt fragile. We grieved, we questioned, we broke, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot, but we never let go. You held my hand at the funeral. I wiped your tears when your father passed. We stood in silence by hospital beds, waiting rooms, doorways filled with uncertainty. And somehow, even in sorrow, your presence brought peace. Because love doesn't just celebrate the mountaintop. It holds you steady in the valley. The years kept passing. Wrinkles began to whisper on our faces. Hair turned silver. Memories turned golden. We watched the world change. But our rhythm remained the same: soft smiles, shared glances, the quiet comfort of knowing someone still chooses you after all this time. And now, as we sit on the porch watching the sun set on another day, I look at you, and I still see the same spark. Not because you're the same, but because we've grown, changed, evolved together. You are still the one I want to tell everything to, the one I trust with my silence, the one whose laugh feels like music, the one whose touch still calms every storm in me. When love found us, we were young, but today love finds us, wiser, stronger, softer. Not because life was easy, but because we never stopped choosing to stay, choosing to fight, choosing to forgive, choosing to grow. And if I had one more lifetime to live, I'd still want to live it with you. There's a quiet kind of love that comes in the final chapters. The kind that doesn't need words anymore, because the soul remembers. We've said so much over the years. So many I love yous. So many I'm sorries. So many whispered prayers are beneath breath, just asking for one more day together. And somehow we got more than we ever dreamed. I still wake up sometimes and watch you sleep. The lines on your face tell stories no one else knows. The years have changed our bodies, but never our bond. We don't move as fast anymore. Our hands tremble. Our steps are slower. But our love, it's stronger than it's ever been. We sit on the porch, the world a little quieter now. And in the hush of the evening, we don't have to speak to feel close. It's in the way your fingers gently brush mine. It's in the way your head rests on my shoulder during long naps. It's in the silence we've earned. We've built a life, and now we live in the echoes of it. Photographs, laughter down the halls. Voices of grandchildren asking to hear how we met again. And I tell them every time that our story wasn't grand. It wasn't flashy or perfect. It was real. And real is enough to last a lifetime. But even as the years fade, even as memories sometimes slip like sand through fingers, there's one thing I will never forget. You. Your love is carved into the deepest parts of me. Even when my body fails, my soul will remember you. And if the day comes when one of us must walk into eternity first, I want you to know, you gave me everything. You gave me a love I never thought I deserved. You gave me a place to call home, not made of walls, but of presence. You gave me forever, even if our days are numbered. So when you find my chair empty one morning or my side of the bed still made, don't weep too long. Don't feel alone, because I'll be with you in every song we danced to, in every letter I left hidden in the books you love, in every sunrise we promised to chase in heaven someday. And when your time comes, when your eyes close for the last time, I'll be waiting at the gate, hands stretched, heart full, to tell you once again, welcome home, my love. You've done well. We made it together. Because when love found us, it didn't come for a moment, it came for eternity.